Yo, 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 yo. What's happening? The Dallas Cowboys defeat the Eagles in a comeback victory, man. Hey, even though it was a win, like I said, I ain't gonna rain down on a parade, right? A win is a win, a good win nonetheless. But that win was very concerning. Look, there's people out here that still believe that the Dallas Cowboys can win a Super Bowl. I'm just here to tell you that if you still believe that, that's not a Super Bowl winning performance right there. That was very sloppy. In the Philadelphia Eagles, right, gave you every opportunity, and I knew that they would. I knew that they would. That's what I had told y'all. I believe it was the last live that hey, the Cowboys will have a shot. They have a shot. They have a shot. Just because of the way Philly been playing. That game was ridiculous. Man, Philly did everything that they could to keep you in it, and the Dallas Cowboys really did everything they could to try not to win it. To be honest with you, because in all reality, the Dallas Cowboys should have probably put up 40 something on them, easy, easy. But there's some conversations though that we got to have though. We gonna have to have it. It's about that time. We done touched on it, but I think it's about that time we had a conversation. I'm gonna try not to go. Well, I'm gonna probably go away from my notes a little bit though. But I took a lot of notes though. I did. But what's happening, y'all? Hoodlum, what's happening, bro? CD Lamb, man. Hey, that's what we gonna talk about. You parlays just smacked and we won. This coast think you. Hey, hey, man. Shotty was trying to cost the game, bro. I don't know what that decision was at the end of the game to not kick that. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb dropped that ball. That should have been a tug. But that was a horrible decision. I get it that you're more confident in your defense because of Quentin Williams, though. But, man, that decision was not good, fam. That was not a good decision. That was not a good decision. But, let's get to it, man. So, before we get to the conversations, man, let me try to at least read off my notes, man, before we get to talking and talk real quick, man. Let's at least get to it, baby, before we get. So look, man, forget it, man. Let's get straight to the conversation. Hey, look, George Pickens. Look, I told y'all. It should really come. I wouldn't pay CD and George Pickens. It should come down to George Pickens or CD. And I said this. I said, now, if you will want to keep George Pickens, you will want to put somebody on the other side of George Pickens, right? And getting rid of CD Lamb could give you that, right? I'll give CD Lamb up for Bowers right now, straight up. I would. I'll give CD Lamb up for Bowers. I would. But it's probably not going to happen. I'm pretty sure the Raiders will take that, though. But let's talk about it. CD Lamb, how could I say this, man? And it's crazy that I even have to even say this. See, George Pickens is making CD Lamb insecure. One, I will excommunicate CD Lamb from the 88 club because he don't deserve it. He don't make 88 plays. This man done dropped the tug. He dropped the tug last week. He dropped something that was in his hand. Boy got the case of the drops. In big games, man, he's just not taking it over the way he should. Pickens came through, and another thing, Dak don't trust CD. He don't. It's like, don't you seem like every time we watch a game, man, with the Dallas Cowboys, either in a big game or playing somebody good in a regular season, it seems that the Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb always have communication issues. It seems like it's a reoccurring thing that in big games or when we playing a team that's solid, they have communication issues. It's kind of like when you play a bum team, it's like the miscommunication issues doesn't come because they suck. But as soon as you play a team that's a little bit better, right, that's solid or good, they start to have communication issues, right? And look, Dak didn't play the best, but CeeDee Lamb ain't play the best either. And if the wide receiver, see George Pickens came and did what he was supposed to do, which was make big plays. So I just found it funny because I make this post that CeeDee Lamb lets an outsider come to his team and take his number one spot, like Ludacris would say. CeeDee Lamb allowed an outsider to come to his team to take his number one spot. CeeDee Lamb allowed for somebody to be fresh to this team, and Dak Prescott trusts him more than CeeDee Lamb. You don't find that a little odd? That's a little odd. Yeah, granted that CeeDee Lamb caught that ball to make that adjustment when it came down to when the Eagles was off sides and they got that big play. But man, CeeDee Lamb did everything in his power to make sure that you wasn't going to win this game. And George Pickens did everything in his power to try to make sure that you would win this game. And that's the difference. The mentality is the difference. See, CeeDee Lamb want to sit over there, man, and act like he hella cute and stuff. He want to go look in the mirror. He want to go see what he wearing today. He want to go ahead and do his little hair, like put his little hair to the side like a little broad. He want to do all that stuff instead of sit over there and get down and dirty and play some football, man. He want to do everything but get down and dirty and play some football, man. He want to be too cute out there, homie. Football, man, you got to get down and dirty like Keisha Cole would say. You got to get down and dirty, man. He want to be too cute all the time, man. George Pickens, man, even though he be doing some wild stuff sometime, man, but George Pickens, you can just tell the mentality difference. Yeah, and it shows. Because as we always would say, right? Look at the mentality of the player. And the mentality of George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb is different. And although CeeDee Lamb is a more talented wide receiver, it's capped. Why it's capped? Because of his mentality. If George Pickens had CeeDee Lamb talent, hey, we wouldn't have been in none of the positions that we was in the past. And we would be able to allocate them resources to get George Pickens to something else that could have mattered. The mentality is a big thing that you got to look at. I would tell you about the mentality of a player, though, but he recently passed. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say that for down the line, man. I'm going to be a little, sensitive or whatever you want to call it, whatever the word may be to that right now. It may be too early to say what I want to say, even though to me it ain't too early, but I'm going to let it ride for now. But I think you can get where I'm about to go with that, though, down the line. But CeeDee Lamb, he just ain't got it mentally, fam. He ain't got it. And what's up? And the boy feel threatened with George Pickens here. The boy is not concentrating with George Pickens here. He say that he can hold his liquor, but yet he can't hold the football. He ain't got no problem holding his liquor, but he damn sure got a problem holding the football. And this ain't the first time that drops came to be a factor in a big game. It just didn't kill us. It didn't hurt the team. Why? Because you had George Pickens going out there and making big plays. So like the 43-yard grab where Dak just threw it up. He like, forget it. I trust George Pickens. He said, I trust George Pickens. And George Pickens came down with the rock. I trust George Pickens, and George Pickens came down with the rock. CD, he can't trust CD to be in the position. He can't trust CD to come down with the rock. I don't care. Look, man, there were some throws that Dak was late on and behind on that resulted in negative plays, whether it be a pick or anything else. But there was also throws that Dak made that these wide receivers should have came down with. CD, a few of them. Flournoy at the end in that fourth quarter, don't care. When Zach got popped in the pocket, Flournoy should have came down with that, fam. So I get it. I understand. It's a two-way street when it comes down to that. It's a two-way street when it comes down to that. You got to make plays, from the wide receiver standpoint, you got to put your wide receivers in position to make plays from a quarterback standpoint. Jake Ferguson, look, even though he had a cool little game, but he almost was getting ready to try to cost you the game with that fumble, fam. Look, I get it that you want to fight for yardage, so, but the main thing is to take care of the football. Like Philly gave you, I don't know how many opportunities. Like that, like any other team, a solid team would have put the Dallas Cowboys away, and they wouldn't even had an opportunity to come back though. But Philly allowed for the Dallas Cowboys to come back and to keep and to build Dak Prescott's confidence, because Dak Prescott was probably one more bad throw away from this. You know how it go. But he like, oh man, the defense kept you in it, shutting them out in the second half. Like I said, the offense should have put up 40-something for sure. Easy. Easy. They should have put up 40-something for sure. You can't play like that against the Chiefs. Don't care how much. I don't care how much the Chiefs been struggling. You can't play like that against the Chiefs. But nonetheless, like I said, it was good that I believe the Dallas Cowboys, when I looked at it, had 29 to 30 rushing attempts when I last looked at it. So that was good. It's good that Dallas, I believe Dak Prescott, yeah, he was under the 40 attempts. That's what you want. You want him in that 35 or less. I think he might have been 35, 36 maybe. But that's about where you want him to be at. You don't want him 40 plus. So it was good that Dak Prescott was able to be in that, right? But yeah, man, it shows you, right? Offensive line, for what the Philadelphia Eagles got on that offensive line, hey, you expected for things to be a little choppy at times. But the offensive line from just from the live tape, they didn't do a bad job. They didn't do a bad job at all. From what I've seen, there was a couple penalties. Guyton had a couple costly penalties, man, that took them from being closer, right, in the red zone, and pretty much two times when they was in scoring position, man, and there was some bad penalties. There was some bad penalties, but they was able to overcome that. They was able to overcome that. The turnovers, they got to clean that up. Turpin, I don't care how many times Turpin don't get the ball in the backfield. When you do, hey homie, you're a returner. You should be used to the smoke when it come down to securing the football. So no, we ain't trying to hear none of that excuse, man. I see you make the little big play right on the scramble drill, but hey, if Turpin's going to continue to be out there wide receiver, he has to bring more than what he does at wide receiver. He does. He has to bring more. He has to bring. Picking remind me of a hybrid deal or Chio. The hell with a meeting throw. Yeah, throw that thing up, man. Supposed to be CD, but it ended up being Pickens. Pickens has ascended to take the throne. Yeah, I agree. Took CD. CD allowed for an outsider to come take his spot. Yeah. Bad decisions by Schottenheimer. Bad decisions. There was some bad play calling too. But they was over to overcome that. But that was more I'm gonna be honest with you. That was more I'm gonna be honest with you. That was more Philly giving them the game than the Dallas Cowboys really taking that. Yeah, they won and yeah, they kept, but Philly really gave them the game because Philly, there was some time when Philly was sloppy. Philly fielding the punt. What was it on a 3-yard line? That was so stupid. And then he fumbles. Saquon fumbles. Like they give you a hope. They gave the Dallas Cowboys opportunity. Like Dallas, please win this game. That's how it was. Dallas, please win this game. Please win this game, Dallas. And it took Dallas a few times. Like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll take it finally. But they took it and they won the game. Facts. We still have a lot of hope for sure. Secondary. Oh man, secondary. I'm telling you, Carson, trash. Carson, trash. Boy, hey, you go against Hollywood on Thursday. Hollywood, Rice. Who the other one? The God dang, what's the other one, man? The other speedster. I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, man. What's going on, Halloween? You don't want to for sure. Dallas fan, what's happening? I'll be almost down to Trey CD at this point, man. He been dropping too many balls. Put that because a better report opinions anyway. But I'm just happy when we actually get a win against a good team. Yes, yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. I agree. Uh, yes, yes. They, speaking of the Chiefs, man, I seen the Chiefs side. My running back Pierce. Watch how that probably works out. Tell them about and the cool thing about it is Schottenheimer like them bruiser backs, man. Pierce could have been your future for the Rolo with Javante, man, because Javante probably gonna seek some payment, and I wouldn't. I'll be honest with y'all. Hey, Javante been running the rock though, but I wouldn't pay that. If he wants above market, I wouldn't pay that. I'll go just bring in another bruiser. uh, hey, I understand that Bland is better in the nickel, but man, Bland for somebody that got paid, Bland do be giving up. He be giving up cheap, fam. He be getting dogged. And it's too much, and he be getting dogged by some wide receivers who really can't run too. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he gonna have to fix that, fam. He gonna have to fix that. I gotta give a shout out to Osa too. I gotta give a shout out to Osa. You know, Osa finally, Osa made some plays today. Osa was able to take advantage of Quinnen having attention on Quinnen. He was able to take advantage of that. He just, I want to say he got that. I want to say he won that couple reps on Dickerson. I believe it was Dickerson. I don't think it was Jerk. I believe it was Dickerson, if I'm not mistaken. But Osa came up huge. Oh, some snaps. Finally, we pay you. You finally make some plays that equate to what you're getting paid today. You're gonna have to keep that up, fam. You're gonna have to keep that up. You know, and I was seeing, like I said, a lot of people have been talking about Sam Williams, man. But one thing I've been seeing about Sam Williams that I didn't see from a lot of other cats though consistently was Sam Williams hustles. And Sam Williams hustle was able to go ahead and get that forced fumble on Saquon just off the hustle. Look, also, because I'll put these points in, right? Bear with me, y'all. Fowler, even though there was a penalty on that tackle, you quit mid-play. You don't do that, fam. Selling the penalty or not, you don't quit mid-play, fam. You quit mid-play complaining about a call, homie. That's not good. 41, hey, for some snaps that I was seeing with 41 was getting his ass whooped. 41 was getting all blocks, homie. You know, he wasn't getting all blocks. Connie did a couple good things though, but hey, them ends gonna have to play a little bit better. Now I understand that part of it was trying to contain Hurts at times. I understand that, but there was times where they had to come get it too. And they got to do a little bit better than that, man. Be a better supporting cast to the D tackles. I understand that a lot is going to be on the D tackles plate, but the end's going to have to be a better supporting cast when it comes down to getting to the QB, especially on Thursday. Another note: your secondary can't tackle. Revel, Carson, Bland. Oh, no digs. They can't tackle, fam. Bad angles. Hey, Revel look hella stiff, fam. He do. He look hella stiff. Out of hey, man, I don't know about his opening and turning, man, but he look hella stiff out there. He do look stiff. And I did like a time that he'll come up and try to get a little physical. That's what he got to do. That's his best opportunity because, I don't want to see him much playing off, though, but he do look a little stiff out there. And hey, look, you had time to recover, homie. So if you came back too early, then maybe you should go back, sit down for the rest of the year, and just come back next year because you look stiff out there, fam. You do. You do. You look Overshown came up with some good tackles. Your linebackers, Ken and 35. They didn't I didn't really see them have a good game, especially 35. They didn't have a good game. Logan Wilson needs to play more. I mean, if you brought the deep tackles to keep them clean, then if you're gonna keep them people clean, then Logan Wilson and Overshown should be your main linebackers. And it ain't like they can't cover. I understand that you might want to give Overshown a break sometime, especially sometimes in pass, I guess, in regards to the movement. But so you might put Ken in there sometimes, though. But fam, Logan Wilson and Overshown needs the majority of this. If Overshown ready to take care of that load, handle that load, Overshown needs to be the one handling the majority of that linebacker. So Overshown made some timely tackles today. Some timely plays along the sideline. That was good. It's good to have Overshown back. Good to have, but look, this team is undisciplined. It is. The defense undisciplined too, especially a lot on that back end. Their second and third levels, they are undisciplined. The offense, they undisciplined too. They undisciplined too. And like I said with Ferguson, look, I like that you want to fight for extra yards. And I'm with that. But you got to understand. You got to understand game scenarios. You got to understand there's a time and place for everything. And at that point in time, when you're trying to get 3 on the board, I understand you want to fight, but ball security is the most important thing. Ball security is the most important thing. You got to secure the rock, fam. You got to secure the rock. Can't cost us, man. You can't, because you could have cost us. Schottenheimer could have cost us. Could have cost us. 92 did some good things, man. Especially the second drive set the tone, getting them on that third and long. 92 did some good things. I understand, with 92 was seeing some double teams. So when you see some double teams, that means everybody else should be what? One-on-one. One-on-one. So 92 was being double teamed, and everybody needs to win their one-on-one matchups, fam. They got to. They got to. But you're gonna have to play better, though. You're gonna have to play better. You gotta play better. It's a good win, nonetheless. But the Dallas Cowboys, as a whole, you gotta play better, fam. You gotta play better. But CD, I'll say this: CD really should be on notice, homie, because you playing like a real punk right now, fam. You ain't got no heart. Sheets are gonna make us pay for bad decisions on Thursday. We need to be flawless, but you know how this team does on short weeks, especially yeah. Yeah, they gonna have to come to play, man. They gonna have to come to play. Ain't none of that gimme stuff, ain't none of that soft stuff, man. They gonna have to be disciplined. Cause you play, like I said, you play a game like that, you're gonna get woke up. You're gonna get woke. Your game gonna get woke up. You play a game like that. Mm-hmm. They help each other. Yeah. I'm just happy we won. We needed this, but yeah, for sure. For sure needed that. For sure needed that. For surely needed that. But you in the race. It'd be better if you can win out. But I think probably the most that you could probably try to give up maybe is one game. You got to win out. You got to win out. Maybe hopefully you can get a little help to make it a little bit easier. But in all reality, if you beat the Panthers and the Cardinals and actually get the dub against the Packers, you wouldn't need no help. You wouldn't need no help. you'll be right in the mix. So now you're gonna have to battle. You got what, the Chargers, you got the Chiefs. Who else? I think you got the Vikings, if I'm not mistaken. Do they got the Texans? Not too sure. But they're gonna have to battle though. They're gonna have to battle. They're gonna have to battle for that. If they want it, they can go ahead and catch some momentum. Get to the offs. Like I said, the NFC, other than probably the Rams, because they got a real quarterback. I mean, the NFC, maybe the what? Mm, it's up for grabs. Just say that. It's up for grabs, fam. It's up for grabs, man. Rams, like you do that with the Rams. Rams carving you up for sure. Because there were some throws that Hurts missed that was barbecue chicken. Like I said, and the cool thing about it is, I think this is back-to-back weeks though. On that pylon, in that end zone, they're attacking Carson. They're attacking Carson back-to-back weeks, kind of the same type of vicinity. They know that Carson is barbecue chicken, and they know that a big body is gonna get him trouble. So that's something that they should keep an eye on. Because if I'm in the red zone, homie, and I'm looking at Rashee Rice over there, I know that that's where they're going. I know that that's where they're gonna want to body old boy up, Carson. If I'm the Chiefs, I want to put that speed on Revel. If I'm Revel, you better have your best game jamming. Because you're gonna have safety over the top, but you better have your best game jamming. It can't be no lightweight jamming like an E40 song. You better have your best game jamming. Your best game. The secondary gotta play way better than what they played, man. They do. They gotta play better. They gotta play better. The defense, like I said, the defense kept them, shut them out, did what they're supposed to do in the second half when it came down to points. Because, like I said, if you can mess around and have like little performances like that and holding teams to maybe 17, 20, you should be able to do what you got to do. You should be able to do what you got to do. But what about them games, man, that might get a little ugly where you can't, right? You got to be able to find a way. But I'm going to tell you like this. If so much stock is into these wide receivers, CeeDee Lamb can't have games like that, homie. He can't. If so much stock is into your wide receivers, man, should nobody guard them one-on-one. Pickens just showing you, hey, slants, throw it up to me. I'm getting that. That's what this team need, the real talk. Because you can't even trust CD to be in the right position. So if you could just, hey, Pickens, go get it. And you could trust that he go get it, that's big for the team. It's big for the team. But Lamb, you won't notice, homie. To be honest with you, I'll be giving you 2 weeks, 30-day notice. Hey, homie, your end of the season notice. Because in all reality, the way Lamb is wired mentally, I would get rid of him. I'll get rid of him and go put somebody in and go put somebody, man, that can, you ain't got to be no hellified wide receiver, but somebody that they got to respect on the other side. Like DJ Moore, you got to respect him on the other side, right? You got to respect DJ Moore. Something like that, You got a wide receiver that they got to respect, that you can't double team Pickens, that you got to one-on-one him, or you will be getting hit up. Somebody like that. It ain't got to be much. I'm not saying that get no Tolbert up in here, but I'm saying get somebody right that complements like a Higgins, and get somebody that got a little speed too, because you can't get, because Pickens ain't got that speed, so you got to put somebody that can run a little bit, right? Kind of like CD, right? CD ain't no 4-2 type of dude though, but CD not slow though. You know what I mean? So somebody that can run a little bit. I have a feeling that Dak is checking out on run plays in the red zone. 2 pass happy in the red zone every game. Tom Brady called him out on one of them though. Yeah, Dak is struggling though. Like I get he trying, but he's struggling though. He's struggling. He just doesn't see the game the way that he should be seeing the game. You know, because there was times, man, where hey, Philly probably could have had 3 picks on him today. Philly could have had 3 picks on boy today, but it didn't go down. Like sometimes the ball just bounced your way. Like I said, it's a good win nonetheless. Because at the end of the day, a lot of the times we don't really remember, you know, what happened during the game. We just remember whether you win or lost. You know, you remember, did you win that game? Yeah, we won that game. Did you lose that game? Yeah, we lost that game. That's what you remember. And that's the only thing that counts. Did you win? You could fix everything else, but with this team, can you fix it? Do they even want to fix it? CD had bad drops today. Bad drops. Bad drops. Bad drops. You can't have them drops. You can't have them type of drops, man. That's unacceptable. For somebody that got paid, supposed to be the number 1 wide receiver on the team. Supposed to be the leader, though, right? Remember that. I remember he said this. I gotta take a better leadership role. I gotta be a better leader. But then he talking about, I can hold my liquor. What? Can you hold the football though, family? Can you hold the football though? So you can hold that yak, but you can't hold the football. You can hold that tequila, but you can't hold the football. You can hold that Hennessy, but you can't hold the football. Hold the football, fam. You better get some stick 'em in your hands or something. Oh, y'all want to wear these damn gloves, but can't catch. Man, man, I had this player, man. Hey, that man was saucy, dog. He was saucy. Glove, man, dropped everything. Man, I said, hey, homie, take them gloves off right now. Boy, you can't catch. Take them gloves off, fam. You better learn how to catch with your bare hands, homie. Dropping everything. Boy, I'm like, man, boy, got the case of the man, take that off, man. CD, I'm telling no boy, hey, take that off, man. Cause you dropping the football, fam. This your hands, G. All of them ain't even concentration drops, though, fam. That's your hands, G. You better get on that Larry Fitzgerald, Brandon Lloyd program, fam. Cause homie, it's starting to seem like you can't catch. You even see with the downfield play with Dak, he like, ooh, didn't he kind of double catch that? That wasn't even all the way secure. I'm just saying, fam. CD, you gotta play your contract, fam. They paid you. You gotta do better. And you gotta stop being soft out there, homie. You soft as cotton out there, CD. I mean, I can't even say when you gonna let that dog come out because you're not a dog. You a good wide receiver. Number 1 wide receiver talent. Can make plays. But you not no dog, though, homie. Hey, and I'm seeing this a lot, man. Hey, that money changing these fools, man. That comfortability, that lack of coaching, that lack of putting that real heat on these players, making them comfortable. They getting the money and they not doing what they supposed to do. Too much comfortability going on, man, in football today, man. And one thing that I see in regards to CD, I see an insecure sucker that's comfortable that ain't got that dog in him, man. Will George Pickens have the same type of thing if he was to get paid? Who knows, man? Because it seems like, man, when they touch that green, they don't want to touch pay dirt no more. When they touch that green, they don't want to touch pay dirt no more. They cool. They good. There was even times I see with Philly, man, like some of them wide receivers wasn't running hard sometimes, man. Like, what y'all trying to do? Sabotage Hurts? I'm just trying to figure out how these suckers out here trying to sabotage a Super Bowl winning quarterback, fam. Regardless if you don't like what they get down or not, homie, you got to still make plays. It just seemed to me like they was trying to sabotage old boy a little bit, man. But hey, that ain't my team, so it is what it is, man. Good luck with that, Philly. But man, the Cowboys secondary got to do better though. They got to, man. They got to do better. They got to tackle better. Too many missed tackles, man. There was time, even though they missed the field goal, that tackle with Revel, homie, with that Revel tackle, homie, that he missed that because he took the wrong angle. Man, you could have, man, that should have even been a 3 attempt. Yeah, I believe they missed though, but that shouldn't even been a 3-point attempt. That shouldn't even been a 3-point attempt, fam. It's the little things. The little things will get you beat in the playoffs, fam. The little things will get you beat in the playoffs. The little games, like play anybody, play a better team. Play a better team. I'm not saying like the Eagles is trash though, but the Eagles, I don't get it, fam. Like they tired of their coach, and all the coach do is win. They just won a Super Bowl and they just find ways to win, but yet they complain because it ain't looking like they put 30, 40 a game. They want to win pretty. I don't get it, but that's just where they at. You know, the Dallas Cowboys, we would love to win the way that the Philly been winning. We would love to win ugly, consistently. We will know that, hey, there got to be some things to change when they come down, but we would love to win ugly the way that they win because we be losing ugly. And it was good that a game like this finally bounced the Dallas Cowboys' way. It was good. You know, we used to them games getting out of hand early, right? I would think like the Philly should at least put up 35 on them in the first half. Really, the way they played, the way that they came out to play, Philly should have put up 35 on them. All the missed opportunities that the Dallas Cowboys had, but Philly didn't take advantage of them. Just like there was times where Cowboys didn't take advantage of Philly's mistakes. I'll be honest with you though, G. I think the main topic at hand though, even though we all gonna say, hey, we got the dub, I think the main topic at hand today is CeeDee Lamb. Hey, homie. You won't notice, G. You won't notice. And I rock with CeeDee Lamb, though. That's the thing. I'm just looking at him like, I'm just looking at the way he respond, though. Because we already knew, right? Remember back then, we was like, is CeeDee Lamb a number one wide receiver? And you know me, I was like, yeah. I still believe that. But I don't know what the hell happened. And we already knew that CD wasn't no down and dirty, grimy ass wide receiver. He wasn't no Steve Smith. We already knew that. But stuff like this, though, the drops that he's been having and has been consistent in bigger games, that's unacceptable, fam. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Got to call it out. Got to move on from you. If you, hey man, now look though. But this is the cold. This the cold thing about it though. CD does impact George Pickens' success. That's the cold thing about it, is what I'm saying. But to me, I would not pay both of them. But CeeDee Lamb does impact George Pickens' success. He does. Yes, he does. Because of the attention that you still have to give CeeDee Lamb. Because if George Pickens was by himself, George Pickens would probably be similarly looking like Pittsburgh George Pickens. I'm telling y'all. So like, it's cool. George Pickens just needs somebody on the other side. It don't have to be CD. He just needs somebody on the other side. And if you can guarantee that George Pickens has somebody on the other side, whether it be CD or anybody else, then yes, let's roll with George Pickens. If you want to be honest, I believe the Dallas Cowboys is rolling out here with two number 2 wide receivers. I'm just being honest with you. Pickens is like T. Higgins type, a 2. I believe the Dallas Cowboys is rolling out here with 2 number 2 wide receivers. I do. I honestly do. 2 number 2s. One number 2 by talent and one number 2 by mentality. I honestly believe that. Turpin fumbled. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I know the Chiefs is playing ain't playing the best. I know they got a dub today that I seen, but it's gonna be interesting to see, right? In regards to that. Let's see how that goes. That's gonna be interesting. That game gonna be interesting, right? Because like we said, we want to see the next couple games. We pretty much got our answer in regards to the Cowboys secondary. It is what it is with that. But it's gonna be interesting. Can the Dallas Cowboys get this dub? I don't think there ain't no dub that the Dallas Cowboys can't get with the teams that's out there, especially with your recent additions. However, and I'm talking about season-wise. However, the Dallas Cowboys fans don't want to just get in the dance. They want to go deep and they want to win the dance. You know? They want to go deep and they want to win the dance. They don't just want to get in. They want to do what they do in here. But it's interesting though. I just, like I said, I just be looking at CD's body language at times. I seen a time where he dropped the thing, he doing some little screaming. I wanted to tell hold on, let me wash my mouth. What the abbreviation to CD to let me see. It's SYBAU. If I did it right. That's what I wanted. Hey, real talk, man. Real talk. Hey, man. When he dropped that and he doing all that stuff on the sideline, man, I wanted to, hey, man, I was like, SYBAU, fam. Like, for real, G. Like, for real, G. Like, you can't be talking about nothing, homie. How many drops that you done had, man? Like, what, man? Like, with just the 2 Philly games alone, that's too many drops, G. When Larry Fitzgerald dropped the ball, it'd be like, whoa, wow. Didn't you just get on the jug machines when you played Philly the first time? Now you got to get back on the jug machines this time? Wasn't you just on the jugs machines, homie? CD, when you gonna man up, G? For real though, homie. Hey, look, I'm not about to ask you to be anything that you not. I know that you ain't got that mentality. I know that when it come down to getting down and dirty, that's not you. But you need to play better though. You ain't playing better. And I think George Pickens got you frustrated and insecure. For real. You like, oh man, George Pickens is getting on a kind of like you a little hater. Is you a hater? We see what AJ Brown doing, but is CD a hater? Gotta ask that question. Is CD Lamb a hater? Is CD Lamb not really in it to win it? He just wants the fame and the glory of being recognized as the number 1 wide receiver, regardless of what the Dallas Cowboys does during the season. Because if he really had that pride and the way that you claim that these wide receivers be doing, I mean, I'm sorry, but George Pickens ain't coming to my team and outdoing me. Yes, you can have that friendly competition. Yeah, you could be a little selfish. I mean, it's football. Who ain't got a little selfishness to him, right? But homie, you done let this man come from over to Pittsburgh here and taking your number one spot. That is crazy to me, G. That is crazy to me. To allow this man to come up over here and take your number one spot. He took it. That's for damn sure. Because if you look at Dak, who did Dak go to at the end of the game? Who did Dak trust for big plays? It wasn't CD. It was George Pickens. Who every time Dak keep targeting that that catch to target ratio, it was horrific. The drops every time, it seemed like a lot of the times, man, when he want to go towards CD, it's too risky sometimes. But George Pickens, look, it's risky when CD Lamb got one on one. But Dak Prescott don't think it's risky to throw it to double triple coverage with George Pickens. Ain't that something? And you supposed to be the number one CD, and Dak was like, "I'm gonna just throw it up." When have you just seen Dak just like, "I'm gonna just throw it up"? I mean, Dak be making some dumbass decisions, but when do you see Dak just like, "I'm gonna just throw it up"? That means he trusts you. He don't trust you, CD. So that miscommunication, I know, because we seen it. I know sometimes that miscommunication be your fault. I know sometimes you struggle to read the defense too and sit down in them holes comfortably. I know that. I know Dak sometimes be tripping. But today, CD, even though Dak made some bad throws, boy, you was tripping today. You was tripping today. And hey, maybe you should go to number 3. And George Pickens should go ahead and get that number 88. And you know what, Michael Irvin? Homie, you should have never ever tried to convince CD to put that 88. You should have let that sucker wear number 2. You shouldn't have talked to him about what it's like and what it is to have that brand of 88. Because you really disrespecting all the 88s, man, who really had that dog mentality on me. To go ahead and bring this little pussy cat up over here. Meow. You wanted dogs that'll go roof. And you sitting over here bringing the Aristocats up over here. Hey, I'll be bringing the Aristocats up over here, G. They out here talking about all the way to Timbuktu. I'll be bringing the Aristocats up over here, G. They not bringing the dogs over here, man. That's your fault too, Mike. You should have let that boy keep that too. You should have let that boy keep that too, man. He wanted 2. He didn't want 88. Homie, let me tell you something, Mike. You should have realized this, Mike. Mike, CD Lamb was well aware of the 88 tradition. Bro, you cannot watch football and not be aware of what 88 means to the Cowboys. And you had to try to talk him into getting 88. That means he didn't want that responsibility. He didn't want that burden, G. But you forced a weak-minded individual to have that burden. And he didn't want it. He wanted to be CD Lamb, not CD Lamb with the 88 on his back, Mike. Mike, you can't force people who don't want that burden. You can't force people who don't want the smoke in the fire, Mike. You can't force people who don't want the smoke in the fire, Mike. And that's what you did. It should have been CD Lamb. It should be number 2 and number 3 out there. It should have been number 2 and number 3 out of here. Not 3 and 88. But because you wanted to force number 2 to get 88, now we're sitting over there looking at him as, man, you ain't built for this 88. But the whole time, he knew he wasn't built for the 88. That's why he ain't want that number 88. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, he got that work today, T-Dub. He got that work today. So we might got to highlight these wide receivers coming up. Shoot, man, I know it's gonna be a quick week, and we got to look at some things, man. But man, that performance that CD Lamb had today, nah, man, ah, that wasn't it, CD. That wasn't it, homie. I'm telling you, that pressure hitting him. That pressure hitting him. CD don't really want that smoke. He don't really want that. He want to perform when it's comfortable. That's a lot of these young suckers today, man. They want to perform when it's comfortable. But when the funk really go down, when the smoke really rises, when them flames get to burning, they don't show up. They don't show up, y'all. But anyway, man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. We'll be getting to work though. I know it's a short week, so we'll be getting to work the next couple of days, man. But all right, y'all, man. Y'all enjoy this win. We'll be talking soon. Gone.